Broadcasting from Watts Creative Studios in Bedford, Virginia, you're listening to Life, Liberty, Happiness with your host, Brian Schley.
All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Life, Liberty, Happiness. You've got the, gosh, I don't forgot what it's called now. Who's the DJ? I don't forgot.
DC, Young Fly, and Mo 3.
I'm trying to be more hip, Trent. And I can't even remember.
I mean, the music's not going to help that at all.
I don't know what he's saying.
Sorry. We're in the studio. We're in the David Honaker State Farm Studios live with Trent Warner.
Hey, hey.
And Woody in the background pushing buttons.
Hello.
Can you hear me okay? I feel like
I feel a little
I'm
deaf.
a little muted.
Is this because of the new HD?
The HD feed?
Ooh.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
There we go.
I heard that one.
Anyway.
Get taken off YouTube again.
Thank you.
There we go.
We get kicked off YouTube all the time. Thank you to all of our sponsors. We a little later up in the show, we will have the current AD of Liberty High School, Mr. Aaron Hagler. He'll be joining us a little later. We also got the second hour coming on today, Trent.
Yeah, you kind of broke that. I mean, I knew you talked about it last week, but I didn't know it was coming already.
I don't know that we'll go full 2 hours because we've got a lot of things we're going to throw around for the second hour. But you know, if it's gonna be a paid subscription, we're gonna have to be.
Is this like a test run?
This is a test market.
Practice?
Test market, yeah. We're testing the market.
What's the program for the second hour? What's that thing called where you subscribe? What's it called? Isn't it some kind of like a subscription?
We have subscription.
Yeah, we got to come up with the name.
But I thought it was called something like it was.
I haven't given it a name yet.
A program. No. I'm saying the software, like, I don't know.
Yeah,
It was something you mentioned.
All right. This day in history. 2004 was the breast halftime show. I think I remember. Do you remember the
oh yeah,
Super Bowl?
Janet Jackson.
Janet Jackson and her famous wardrobe. That happened on this day in history.
2004.
Who did the malfunction? Who was doing the ripping?
Justin Timberlake, wasn't it?
Yeah.
JT.
I was wondering if you guys would remember that.
That was back in the day before you could zoom in on your phone.
Oh, that's right. If we had that gone it.
Yeah, but you can still find it.
Back to the old days with the old TV when you try to get it between channels and it would be flipping down and you're just trying to watch what it is. Yeah, I remember those days.
Yep.
All right.
We got 2 hours. Can I add?
No.
I got some notes.
No, I'd rather get to the good interview. Oh, but you got, all right.
I was going to ask you and Woody probably knows better than you, but what would you say your top 3, 4, 5 halftime Super Bowl shows that you recall? If you had to rattle them off. Of course, number one has got to be the breast one.
I don't know. I really liked Prince.
That I wrote that as number 2.
I thought he was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce was fine.
Y'all may disagree. Last year's was great. Well, you had Snoop Dogg, Eminem.
Oh, yes.
50 Cent.
That was good.
Who else?
See,
there was one other person.
I had that in the worst side category.
Oh, you
I loved everybody. It's just I thought the production was so.
Oh man, I
you liked it?
I was actually up moving to that.
That's when they were in the house and they were going around the house type thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it was cool, but I had it in the bad side. I've got a list for the second hour of that. They've ranked all the Super Bowl shows.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that in the second hour. I believe it or not, there used to be, was it in Living Color, the show that did the halftime where you could flip over and watch them instead of, you don't remember that?
Yeah, dude. They've done
on Fox, yeah.
And I actually did that. I flipped over and watched because sometimes the halftime shows.
You're right. The Prince one was good though. Prince a good. That's a good one.
That's number 1 on that list that I've got for the next hour.
Yeah, he was terrific.
He was great.
Or whatever he wanted to be.
Do you remember when they did the Budweiser bottles against the Bud Light bottles?
Yeah.
Football. You could turn to a channel and watch that too.
Yeah.
That time.
The puppy Super Bowl. Remember the puppy wars or something?
Yeah, and they had horses playing.
A
lot of things going on in the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Today's word.
Who's doing this year's halftime show?
Oh, they announced it. Hold on, I'll effort that.
He'll effort while we're getting on to today's word.
Okay. You're trying to move on?
Yeah. Today's words. Have you heard of this, Woody? Boathoused.
What?
Boathouse.
Boathoused?
Yes.
No, I've never. I don't know. What that
Trent
Okay,
had never-
he's
I don't know.
being
what that
a
means.
kind of a jerk.
No, you said you had never heard of it before.
I had never heard that term until Monday night.
He texted a friend to try to get a score.
I was trying to get the score of the JF game.
Yeah.
Last and JF played. And that's the top two in the Seminole.
Yeah.
So I texted my buddy who was there, and he said, we got boat
I don't
raced.
even know what that means.
Boat raced.
He said boat raced.
Yeah. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? I thought he just mistyped. You know, like you verbally speak. Here
Yeah.
comes Brad on the train.
Here comes Brad on his train.
Hey, in the second hour, is it a longer train?
Yeah.
Brad's riding the
Brad
short
coming
train
back
out, and he
through.
comes back through on the
Yeah.
longer one.
So anyway, boat raced, whichever
It's
one
boat
you want
raced.
is. That is
You get your tail whipped.
tail whipped, right?
Yeah, it's like you totally got crushed. And you sent me the link. What it actually meant.
Yeah.
So it's in rowing. It's a term from rowing, like when two
much
teams row against one another. Let's say Yale against Harvard.
Yeah.
When Harvard gets their back in front of your tip, they pull over in front of you because that's the fastest current is the middle, and you cannot catch them because both of you are in the same current. So once they boat raced you, you can't beat them. So
Now our listeners are educated.
yeah, that's why I'm here.
Good. All right. You can't make it up.
Life, Liberty, Happiness presents You Can't Make This Stuff Up.
Claim your free government crack pipe now.
With your curator of reality, Brian Schley.
I saw this clip the other day and I thought, I've got to play this because I want to know. I didn't even research it to see if it was true.
Well, that
'Cause I
sounds
wanted-
like many of our topics.
That's why we get flagged on YouTube. Apparently,
I wanted to see if you heard this
no wonder we get misinformation.
and what your thought was
Okay.
on it. So this is Joe Biden talking about our tax code. Cut one.
Up to $139,000, you pay slightly more the more you make, but it stops there. And so if you're making $1 billion, you pay the same amount you're paying if you made $139,000. I think it's $139,000.
So Trent, I'm asking you a serious question. Do you honestly think a billionaire pays the same thing as a guy that makes 130?
I'm so tired of them saying that stupid stuff.
I mean, I'm just your taxes right now are probably somewhere in that range.
No.
I mean, are you the billionaire paying the same?
No.
So you say it's not.
They totally ungenuinely, they're talking like dividends and gains versus, so the millionaire pays all of his when he sells stocks or something like that.
Yeah.
He's not making a salary. You know what I mean? So it is a different tax, but they misconstrue what they're using as definitions. It's just absurd. And like Trump said, if he didn't pay taxes, why isn't that smart? You know what I mean?
Right.
You should get out of taxes if you're smart. Why would you do it?
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I'm tired of that stuff. It's ridiculous.
All
Is
right.
that you can't make this up?
Mm-hmm.
I had a cool, you can't make this stuff up.
What?
How about the guy that came after Trump for Russian collusion that got arrested for Russian collusion? The FBI guy. I mean, you can't make it up.
Who was it?
The head of the FBI guy that was coming after Trump for
Oh
Russian
yeah, I
collusion
did see that.
literally got arrested for Russian collusion.
And he's actually going to prison.
He's going to jail.
Yes.
Yeah. Taking money from an oligarch, which I love that name.
What is it?
Oligarch. It's like the wealthy class
Oh.
in Russia.
We have oligarchs, I guess. Don't
We have oligarchs, yeah, but it's a Russian oligarch.
Yeah.
We'll have to ask Baxter if I'm right about that.
All right. On to drama.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I thought of this list, Trent, of
Okay.
the top 10 comedy shows. And I know you're going to disagree. I knew when I was putting it together, I could see his face as I'm writing each one of them down. Oh, that's stupid. Oh, that's dumb.
Well, first off, okay, I'm already mad, and I'm just reading this.
All right.
for
These are the
first time.
top 10.
All right, there's no way this is number 9, but I'm so mad. Okay.
I knew you were going to, that's the one I knew you were going to have go ape shit about.
Okay.
Beep.
All right. Oh, good Lord.
YouTube.
You're not supposed to do the beep after you say the word.
Well, if my producer over there's slow,
I'm
he's
slow.
reading a text or something.
I'm efforting something.
All right.
doing
So
some research.
Yeah.
the top 10 comedy shows.
Okay.
I'm going to give you from 10 to 6
Okay.
in hour number 1. You'll get the top 5 in hour number 2.
Okay.
So, number 10, the
All right.
Jeffersons.
I'll go with that. That's definitely
Dude, I
top
used
10.
to love watching the Jeffersons.
They
when
were
I was younger.
fantastic.
Yes. Number 9. I knew you were going to get mad about this. Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Number 1.
Oh, that's
Trent.
that's-
I would be. Yeah.
Woody.
I
mean, I
Reserved to you
literally-
at least get.
It's my go-to.
Sorry.
And
Okay,
actually, what's funny is because you never asked me about drama, I have written Curb Your Enthusiasm in my drama because I got a good story.
Okay, good.
But if I got time, I mean,
Maybe
I feel
the
like I'm
second
rushed.
hour.
that's hour 3.
He gets one interviewee in here, and I don't get to talk. But go ahead.
All right. Number 8, and I knew you were going to be pissed off about this one. Three's Company.
I mean, what are you watching, Matlock?
I like Three's Company.
Well, of course you
thought it
do.
was funny.
You're Mr. Roper.
Comes on
Oh.
out. She wrote.
Oh my God, what is wrong with you? The next one.
What?
What are you stuck in the 70s?
No, I used to like watching it. Carol Burnett show.
Tim Conway. Listen,
God.
if half your cast is dead, you can't be in a top 10 anymore. I mean,
All right, are you going to sit here and say you've never watched Carol Burnett show?
I'm just flipping to 1 through 5 and then second hour and see if Charlie Chaplin is in there. What in the heck?
And number 6,
Mhm.
The Big Bang Theory.
Shouldn't even be in the top 30.
Not even in your top.
I cannot stand that show.
Really?
Anyone? With
I know people love it, and I never got it. I mean, people love it, but you know why? When you cast someone I don't like, it's hard for me to watch.
You didn't like the nerd.
The guy that's got the glasses that was on the Roseanne Barr show,
Yeah.
it's like he tried too hard to be nerdy, and he's really not. I couldn't get over it.
Okay.
You just got there's certain. I got these
All
problems.
right. So, do you have any on your list that's in that range?
Well, I don't want to ruin it because there's no way if you could go through the '70s show and don't have Sanford and Sons, you're crazy.
It was. Yeah.
I can't. You don't. Where are Golden Girls? Where are they at?
What are you nuts?
That is Marty's number 1.
Dude,
Marty
that is
still
my top
totally
too.
watches.
God.
That is one of my, that and Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Well, how do you not have Seinfeld?
That's
Oh.
in
Up.
hour number 2.
Golden
got
Girls
you.
is gonna be an hour 2. I hope. Okay, I'll wait.
There's no way he's
Well,
going, but that would be better than
there's
3
no
of
way
your
Golden
5.
Girls
Oh
are
my-
freaking in
We
the
were watching that last night.
There's
so
there's
good.
Sanford and Sons, The Cosby Show.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Trent, we can't.
Oh, okay.
Different strokes.
No,
It's
no,
YouTube.
can't talk about that anymore. Different Strokes was great, man. Gary Coleman. When I was a kid, I was the perfect age for that show.
Yeah.
He was the funniest. What you talking about, Willis?
All right.
Mhm.
That's all I got for drama. Moving on to sports.
It's time for sports.
All right,
Now,
Trent.
I watched shows this weekend. I had drama.
Oh, well, you get to it in hour 2. Write it down.
Well, I did write it down.
Okay. Well, that's why I gave you an hour 2, because you bitch about my. God, you're making me cuss. Anyway, on to sports. Super Bowl is now set.
Who cares?
You don't care about this one?
No, I mean I didn't get to say what I wanted to say about drama.
You will.
I'm doing like LeBron James. If
Striking.
you don't
Oh
foul
my
me and
God,
call
you're
the
crying
foul,
in the middle.
I'm going to take off the next game to protest.
He did do that,
I'm not going to play in Brooklyn.
and he screwed me last night on a bet.
Oh, did you lose to the Knicks?
Guess, dude, I'm starting to really believe this stuff is rigged. It's really bothered me.
That's
I should have
why-
never started gambling on sports.
You do know why Vegas has the biggest buildings in the world.
Well, I can't keep coming to literally a half a point on all my.
It's
bets.
incredible how they do that.
LeBron James over under last night was 29.
I would have gone against the Knicks. I'd have gone over because he wants to go
I
great.
took- exactly. Plus, he had a night off. I'm thinking he'll easily 28. What he had
You're kidding.
in overtime. he had
Wow.
28
There's no way I would have bet that. Yeah, that's why.
I'm tired of losing,
That's why.
but I keep losing. But anyway,
Have you
Super-
won a bet yet?
Yes, I finally won one.
He did. He just started gambling.
Barstool.
I still haven't done it.
I just set a limit. Once I run out, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm too tight with my money.
Yeah, that's why I was surprised you even did that.
I set it at
get
$100
you to
bucks,
buy
and I
lunch.
started betting $5 bets, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, back to the Super
I'm
Bowl.
still at $95 though.
Hey, you want to get back on track?
Super Bowl.
Max cut off.
San Francisco. I really hated that game.
Yeah, that
It sucks for the NFL.
that hurt. Yeah. I mean, just entertainment value. You couldn't wait to Purdy to show what he could do.
Yeah. Did you see Whitlock's take on this?
No.
I thought it was interesting. He said he's always had a problem with the 53-man roster for this reason.
That's true.
He said you should be able to, going in, especially the playoffs,
Yeah.
they should be able to have 3 quarterbacks, 4 quarterbacks, whatever.
So I listen to PTI every night. It's my favorite show. And Whitlock says some things sometimes that astound me. Yesterday, he still is, everything's racism.
Is it Kornheiser or you said Whitlock, but I think you
Oh, I'm sorry.
Michael
You're
Wilbon.
talking about Jason Whitlock. Okay,
Yes.
No, I did not hear his take on that.
No, Wilbon is who
Yeah,
you're talking
I'm talking about Michael Wilbon. Yep, sorry.
No, you're
Go ahead.
right. But anyway, Whitlock is the one that said that he thought, they needed to expand the roster, especially because he's right. I mean, nobody wants to watch a game where there's no
Yeah.
quarterback.
I wanted to see what Christian McCaffrey would do.
I did. I called.
Certainly he's going to do better than Purdy that can't throw.
I didn't remember Johnson until I started looking it up, and I'm like, oh yeah, I do remember him
Was
playing
he at the
for
Redskins?
Tampa, and then he went to the Redskins.
Yeah, he played for us for a little time.
Like Heineke,
Yeah.
just a year. And
No, he's nowhere near Heineke. You mean Brett Favre?
Well, speaking of that, I didn't have it
Yeah.
on my list. What did you think of Tom Brady retiring?
I
think
figured he
he's done.
would.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he's done.
But what was crazy? They showed, I was just looking at the scroll as it went this weekend. He was still third in passing.
Yeah.
What is he, 46?
Yes. And believe it or not, his best 3 passing years were his last 3 years, is what
Yeah.
I'd read today.
That's incredible.
With it not, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
What is he going to do, though? What do you think? Like somebody mentioned that he literally has
Get on Bumble or Tinder.
Yeah, that's happening. That dude's going to have a
It's
blast.
swipe right there.
God, him and Gronk.
Yeah.
They should
They're
have
sitting
their
at
own
each other's house right now saying, would you do that one?
All right, so what's he gonna be? So when Fox get rid of Troy? Not get rid of him, but let them go because they knew they had Tom under contract. And who
Oh.
they put him with?
Man, if there's a football guy out there, he would replace Tony Romo.
That's CBS though. He's already signed with Fox.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Yeah, then of course he's going to replace. They don't care about working in the trenches anymore and perfecting your skills. He'll go straight to the number 1 crew.
Who though? Who would they pair him up with? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be interesting. But it'll be good. Just put him and Gronk
Brent
together.
Musburger.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how great that would do? That
Yeah.
booth would be?
Yeah.
Them two?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know what you're getting out of Gronk, but oh my God, add Pat McAfee and we got one hell of a show.
That would be good. I'd listen to that.
All right, Cincinnati game, you were obviously pulling for Kansas City.
Yeah.
'Cause
I mean,
you thought you were the only person in the world that thought the officiating was good.
it was spot on.
You were just, there's no way you watched that game and thought it
mean,
was spot on.
The actual replays on every single one of them showed what they were describing. I mean, I wasn't happy with the penalties they had against Kansas City, but when they showed the replay, those guys get paid because they know the replays are showing what they should be calling. It's changed the game. The replay showed what they should call. Which one did they not?
Well, they didn't get the rough in the passer against Joe Burrow. They didn't call that. They didn't call the late hit out of bounds on Mixon. It was a
Well,
lot.
I mean, you're just making up stuff now.
What about the hold on the play that they got? Patrick Mahomes got the penalty at the end.
I didn't see any of that.
Oh, of course not.
Mm-mm.
Cincinnati got screwed.
Well,
So is Cincinnati done, or you think they will be back?
oh no, I think those two teams will face each
I
other
do
in the
too.
finals for the next 5-6 years.
Is it me, or does it seem like that the talking heads, when they talk sports now, if somebody loses, they write them off like immediately.
Yeah.
And I mean, do they not remember the battles between Steve Young and the Cowboys? Or, I mean, you can go down the list and look at all of the ones, Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, for God's sake.
Yeah. Well, I mean, those two are going to battle, but they shouldn't write off the Bills.
Exactly.
And now you got the Jaguars coming up.
Right.
So
don't you
you
left
got-
out Herbert?
you got San Diego.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's going to be fun. The AFC is going to be great in the next few years.
it is.
But you know what was wild to me? I didn't realize that Joe Burrow and Mahomes were just a year apart in age. One's like 27, the other one's 26. Why is Burrow so old?
I don't know.
Was it all the transfers?
They only transferred once.
I swear I read that they were only a year apart. in
Did you
age.
read where he's still living in his home, his parents' home?
No kidding. Is he not Joe Montana?
Oh, I think because he doesn't like the spotlight, to be honest with you. I mean,
I don't know about that, but just the way he plays, he's just cool. He doesn't seem to get
He is-
really crazy up or really bad down. He's just
correct.
goes and
The even
wins.
keel. I agree.
And didn't have a gun as an arm. He just hits the guy where he needs to be hit. He's a great one.
Yeah, I enjoyed the heck out of it. Yeah, I read where he still sleeping in the same room, and somebody asked him in an interview if he still had the Star Wars curtains, and he said, "No, I took those down, but I still got the comforter."
Huh.
Imagine the money that dude's making, and he still has.
Well, who would you compare if he's Joe Montana? Who is Mahomes? My mom actually made me think that she could be right on this. He could be Brett Favre. He just makes up stuff
Yeah.
on the fly.
Definitely.
And that's probably the closest thing. I hadn't thought about him. I guess I was being racist and thinking of other black quarterbacks, but that's the wrong way to think.
Well, think about this. It struck me the other night.
Yeah.
Juan Thornhill has been in the league 5 years.
Yeah.
Juan Thornhill will have gone to the Super Bowl or played in the championship for 5 straight years.
He's been there 5 years already.
Yeah.
Did he win a Super Bowl as a player? Because I thought he got
Yes.
hurt.
He
when
got
won
hurt.
it.
Yeah, he wasn't in.
Yeah, so this is the first time he gets to play, right?
No,
Actually
he
play
Well, yeah, in the Super Bowl.
in
yes.
the Super Bowl. I mean, he got a ring, but he was hurt.
Yes.
So I'm glad for him that they got to win too. Why wouldn't you root for him?
But didn't he? I did. I mean, but I like Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
But
I know. I do too.
But wait a minute. Didn't they lose? They lost a Super Bowl too, right?
They lost last year, didn't they? Or 2 years ago.
2 years ago. So he was in that one too. He played in that one.
Oh, okay.
So, but that's hard to believe. Like his career, he has no idea what it's like
To
not to
struggle.
make the playoffs or to.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yep.
Anyway, good old Alta Vista kid.
Yep.
We won't mention where he went to college, but it's okay.
What's
You
wrong with
mentioned
UVA?
what's wrong with it?
Yeah.
There's a lot, but I mean, we won't. We've got a good interview to get to.
Hey, on camera, did you want to mention the gopher?
You can.
Gopher's on the camera.
This is
the
our
otter.
Grove Street FM
Funny.
merch. We now have merchandise.
Grover the otter,
Yes.
not Grover the gopher.
He
I mean,
identifies as an otter.
He is an otter. To stop with the otter nonsense, both of you.
Did I?
We have books.
but wouldn't he be called Ollie the otter?
No, God, why do you always try?
Oh, we live on Grove Street, so I understand it, but it wouldn't be a gopher.
No.
What is the difference between the two?
Between a gopher and an otter?
Yeah, well, one's in the water, right?
Yeah.
And the other one's
Kinda.
like a groundhog.
Yep.
But he looks like the groundhog kind.
One whistles when he talks. Anyway, LeBron James.
Yep.
Crying. You talked a little bit about that earlier. I mean, he literally cried.
Okay, that was the most overreaction to a foul I've ever seen. So I saw his reaction. Then I read the headlines where ESPN like made this huge headline like it was the worst non-call ever. And then I read where the referees union
Yeah.
apologized and the ref was sick to his stomach and couldn't sleep. So then I watched the play. It was not even that bad of a foul.
Right. It's not like it. Yes.
It was Tatum had reached over him and touched his forearm, right?
Right.
We'll make the layup.
Yeah.
Push through and make the layup, which by the way, I didn't even think about this until a friend of mine said it, and I basketball officiate.
Right.
If you're going to end the game on free throws, it's got to be a damn good one when it's tied.
Correct.
It was a tied ball game.
Right.
They forget to mention that.
Yeah. You don't blow the whistle.
Yeah, so you go to overtime and you win, and guess what? He didn't win in overtime.
Yeah. He's a crybaby.
I used to be a LeBron fan, but he sure is making it hard.
He is making it harder.
That's-
Although his statistics are friggin' ridiculous.
Hey, did he break Kareem's record on points yet?
Not yet. I think
Okay.
he's like 86.
I didn't realize he was that close already. I thought he
in the
still had
top-
another year.
He's in the top 4 in assists.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
He's an incredible player, incredible stud athlete, but
Yeah. All right. one last note on sports.
Yep.
Tomorrow night, LCA comes to the fort to face Liberty girls. Should be a brawl.
It's
Let me take that back. Not a brawl. It's probably the wrong word. Should be a good basketball game.
now, has LCA lost in the Seminole?
I do. No, they have not.
So this is their closest
Oh,
chance. This is their closest chance.
Yes.
To, I guess JF,
Call
JF
back.
and Liberty. Yeah, that's,
Yeah. Well, JF played LCA recently.
yeah.
They got boat raced.
Or as you wrote, boathoused.
Yeah. Anyway, on to what's happening.
It's time for news.
All right. I don't have much for what's happening. And then we got the interview coming up with Liberty AD, Aaron Hagler. He'll be on in just a minute. Apparently, Trent,
Yes.
I'm in the wrong business.
Okay.
Did you read the story of the cops, the female officer and the 5 cops in Tennessee?
Okay. So if you said cops in Tennessee, I'm thinking
You think of
Memphis.
Memphis, right? No, this was a female officer and 5 other officers that were suspended. No, I'm sorry, were fired for sexual encounters.
with each other
Yes,
on duty.
on and off.
I mean,
And 3
At the-
other. Now,
at the
see, here's
same
what I
time?
don't understand. So I read, when I read what it was, right, that 5 officers
Yeah.
totally were suspended, not including her, so that would be 6.
okay.
But then it said 3 others suspended. Who?
The
What
shot-
did you do to get suspended and not get fired?
the article looked like the Brady Bunch. That was how many people it was.
Exactly,
block.
the screen.
Like,
Yeah,
good Lord. I was lonely and desperate.
yeah,
So why are you saying you're in the wrong business? You want to be a cop?
yeah. I should have been a cop.
God. That's-
Things would have been easier.
You've been one of the 3 suspended.
not fired.
yeah.
You offered, and
That
she
ain't
said
good.
no.
All right. Does I'm just curious. Does anyone ever leak pictures or sources when it comes to government stuff when a Democrat's in charge?
Isn't that amazing?
I was shocked the other day when I was watching this, and they were doing the back and forth between the difference between Trump and Joe on the document gate, right?
Hmm.
And the lady kept going, yeah, but you look at all the evidence we have with Trump. And it's like, yeah, but we just don't have it leaked yet.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the only difference is one's been leaked and one hasn't. That's it.
You know what I thought was so crazy, and I don't know if I'm jumping into your later episode of not have at it, but the whatever you call your thing. The they said that they found 6 more items. So it sounds like they just found 6 more items.
Right.
It was 2 truckloads. The
Are
6
you
items.
serious?
Yeah, it was 1,500 documents. It was 1,500 things. So they didn't even say how many documents it are, but it was 2 tractor trailers of taking stuff out. But they called it 6 items. They found 6 more items. They were like, well, I mean, what is that? Is that a filing cabinet of stuff? I mean,
gosh.
certainly Saturday Night Live could have a heck of a skit about him just throwing out classified documents.
Some of the stuff that I see on the internet just cracks me up.
Yeah.
People are so creative.
Thank God they do it. Thank God there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
TikTok, because there's at least people that will go out and make funny stuff. You can't count on Saturday Night Live anymore.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Last thing
Yep.
before getting to 80 million. Did you
Oh, that's what I was talking about.
Did you see New York Times did an article? Now what's crazy about the New York Times article? They're writing it and I'm reading it as if they are saying, "Hey, Ukraine is cleaning up their corruption." But when I'm reading the article, I'm going, "Wait the hell up. They're stealing millions and you're writing an article as if it's a good thing."
Because they caught him?
Yes, but to me it's ongoing. Like it's not like
I'm going to lay the gopher down so I can get a drink. But go ahead.
it's not like they're
Otter.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they're saying, look,
Yeah.
they caught 10 people. Each one of them had stolen over $1 million. You know, they've done such a wonderful job cleaning up corruption. And I'm thinking, no, they're not. They're taking our money.
It's like that's who you caught, or that's who you're willing to
Oh,
say you
yes.
caught. That's not even saying who hasn't been.
Or that's you saying it as if
I can't believe we could spend that much money and there's no one to even say what it went to.
they can't.
There's not an audit.
All right, on to 80 million.
Life, liberty, happiness. 80 million, my ass.
Come on, man.
With Brian Sly.
We choose truth over facts.
All right. Let's see. I don't forget what it was now. Oh, this is Joe talking about his train rides. Have you heard this one? Here we go again with him and his stories.
That's actually one of the ones I had, so I'll have to cut.
All right,
one
but
of
this good. All right, play it.
Anytime I see a train door open, I head for it. And by the way, I can say it now since I know there's different leadership.
What the hell does that
I
mean?
used to about 15% of the time ride with the engineers, for real. And I'm the only guy that I'm aware of when I stopped riding Amtrak that had a key to get in the back. So you can tell your predecessor, he's gone.
Okay. That, you know how I say you bring things and I bring things and they never are the same? When you said Amtrak, I got one on Amtrak too, and it's completely different than that.
Great.
He's so, I mean, what did he mean? I saw that too. First off, he has a key. And did you see him? He's walking towards the train and they had to like pull him around. Like he thought he was being funny, but
When I was vice president, I flew.
Sorry.
Well, what does he? I guess my quick question would be, what is he referring to when he says new leadership?
Yeah, you have new leadership.
Is he saying that he kicked out the boss of Amtrak or something during their negotiations? Is that what he's claiming?
To be honest with you, I don't know that he knows what he's literally saying. It's just, it's perplexing. I mean,
he's my stepfather. We've talked about this. I'm telling you, that
he
is
is-
what it's like to talk to my stepfather right now.
I was watching Clay Travis on one of the shows, and he was talking about dementia and how it's spiraling, and it's spiraling.
Yes.
He's getting worse and worse.
Right. All right. Good.
Right in front of us.
Well, we've got that is what's happening, and what's happening is sponsored by State Farm.
We all know having insurance is required, but having good insurance is not. There is a difference. We all get quotes, throw the policies in the trash, and hate when we see the invoice each month. But when we need them, that is when it matters most. Having a dependable agent like David Honaker makes all the difference. David Honaker is our local State Farm agent and proud sponsor of Life, Liberty, Happiness. When you need your insurance to work, make sure you have a company that works for you. That company is State Farm, and that agent is David. Call him today at 540-586-8194 or stop by their office next to Arby's off Route 460. Like a good neighbor, David is there.
All right. Welcome to the show, Mr. Aaron Hagler. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Brian. Trent, Woody, appreciate the opportunity coming over.
Sure.
I can't believe he's an AD because he should be a radio disc jockey.
I know.
This voice is incredible.
That's the Citadel.
Here we go. Here we go.
He's starting the brawl.
I know.
He started it before he came in here.
So that's what I was going to get to. Where did you, so people know, where are you originally from?
Born and raised in North Carolina, a little town called Indian Trail, east of Charlotte. Grew up there, went elementary, middle, high school there. Was fortunate to leave my high school on a baseball scholarship to the Citadel.
Okay.
Played baseball down there all 4 years and knew that at some point I wanted to coach, just from being coached by a guy named Archie Fritz, who's my high school head coach, who, when I started my career, I'd call Coach Fritz all the time. And I knew that one day I wanted to be a Coach Fritz. And the easiest way for me to do that was to be a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So I got into education, and what originally was going to be a 3-4 year plan has turned into 23 years later. I'm still doing it.
Wow. When did you graduate that military school in the South?
The better one? 1999.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Very cool.
So you go play baseball there. What was your experience like in college playing baseball?
Being a collegiate athlete on any level, whether it's NAIA to, we were a mid-major Division I program, is an unbelievable experience. The people that I met, both at the Citadel, opposing teams, are just people that 25 years later are still very near and dear to me. I'm actually on a group chat with some of the teammates I had at the Citadel, and we stay in contact almost weekly. So that part of it is very special. But then I was a guy that I just enjoyed the grind of practice.
That was going to be my next question. Were you prepared for what it takes to be a college athlete when you first went there?
I think I was. The college athlete for me in the late 90s is completely different than the college athlete now. We didn't deal with the analytics. We didn't deal with the sport-specific nutritionist. Our weightlifting plan, our weightlifting coach was a guy named Jim Peel. You guys talked about NFL earlier. Coach Peel played for what used to be the Baltimore Colts and was in that transition when they went from Baltimore to Indianapolis. So our weightlifting for baseball was whatever the offensive linemen were doing.
Good Lord.
So it really wasn't specific. But yeah, I think I was prepared. I hate talking about myself because, sometimes the older we get, it seems like the better we were. But I think I was a very good high school player. I was prepared, and, going into the Citadel, and kind of what steered me on that path is I had a chance to play right away. I had other opportunities in college, but if I wanted to compete as a freshman, I felt like Citadel was where I needed to be. And as it worked out, I played a lot as a freshman and had a really good career. And yeah, I'd say I was prepared. I didn't have to deal with all the stuff now. The social media aspect wasn't there. The video with the 5 hats laying on the table and where's he gonna pick?
Oh yeah.
We got into that conversation last night.
I could see when you have that 5-star athlete and they have like LSU, Clemson, Oklahoma lined up, and he picks that one. But when you have, and I don't mean to be rude, so I'm just going to name some different. But when you have a hat of UNCW Community College and a hat of, and I'm just making up names here, and I don't want to. But it's getting to the point where we're doing
like VMI Tech.
Yes.
If you were to do VMI Tech, right?
Right.
This stuff is going on, and now they're making a feature out of this like it's something big. And I'm like, man, just go play.
As a coach,
I'm happy for you.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's great those kids have that opportunities, but I'm very simple in that. Obviously, kids at Liberty now, I want them to go on and experience the college athlete environment. But make your decision, and in some degree, be professional about it.
Yeah.
It's not a skit. And when I watch those, I almost feel bad for the 4 hats that don't get picked.
Yeah,
because
true.
it's a big charade.
And they put a lot of effort into a kid, and it's
right
disappointment. Yeah,
definitely. So you get out of the Citadel. What's your first teaching job?
Well,
was it teaching?
It was. I started in Roanoke City Schools,
Okay.
and I ended up being in Roanoke City Schools for a total of about 14 years.
Okay.
And got my coaching career started at Patrick Henry in Roanoke. And
that's where I went.
I've told people many times, and I left PH, went to Franklin County, and now I'm at Liberty. And I loved my time at Patrick Henry. I loved the faculty was great. Our administration was great. A lot of young coaches, myself included, came in together. So we kind of locked arms and kind of made a united front that we're all going to stick this out together. And a lot of those guys and girls are still there. But that's where I started. And
what made you choose? If you were a Charlotte guy and you went down to that school to play baseball,
Citadel,
yeah, and you got done with that, how did you hit Roanoke? That's a little north from where you've been.
It is
Girlfriend.
at the time. She is my wife now.
Okay, good.
We've been married for 23 years this May.
Wow, congratulations.
I'll save the viewers because we want to try to keep the ratings up.
Did she go to VMI?
Shannon Faulkner, is that her name?
No. That's pretty good.
Sorry.
With that reference, it kind of dates how old we are.
Yeah.
But my wife was she was at Ferrum College at the time. She was played fast pitch. She was a cheerleader. We met in Charlotte, and I say this every time I kind of tell this story, and I'll spare the details. But the night we met, when I got back to my house, because we were on a weekend holiday for baseball in the fall, I told my mom that night when I walked in, I said, I met the girl tonight I'm going to marry.
No kidding.
And about 2 years later, plus a couple months, we got married.
I'll be darned.
She's a teacher at Franklin County. Of course, I'm biased, but she is hands down, bar none, the best geometry teacher.
Wow.
Because it's teaching and what you guys do professionally, it's about your relationships with people.
Mm-hmm.
And she truly cares. But to answer your question, Trent, we're both in education, and at the time, comparing the Virginia teaching salary versus North Carolina, financially, it made sense for me to move up here. We bought some land about a mile from the house she grew up in, and we've been there ever since. Yeah, I got 3 great kids, so it's good.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome. So you end up making the trip from PH over to Franklin County. Was it a coaching move or was it a teaching move?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
I'd been the head coach at PH for about 13 years. Did a great job. Was very fortunate. Had some amazing assistant coaches that kind of helped us rebuild some things. And I'm hesitant to say turn the program around.
Yeah.
But we moved the needle in the right direction.
Yeah.
The year I left in 14-15 to go to Franklin County, and again, I lived down there. I still live there. And it was just a kind of an anomaly that there were 4 PE jobs open in Franklin County, which kind of the modus operandi of PE is somebody either dies or retires. That's just the nature of it. Yeah. And I threw my hat in the ring, not with the intent to leave PH because I loved it there, but the opportunity presented for me to get home. And at the time, our oldest was making that elementary, middle, high school transition. I call her kid number 2. All my kids in my phone are kid number 1, kid number 2, and kid number 3. But it provided a chance for me to get closer to them. My wife moved to Franklin County. She was in Roanoke City as well. She left Roanoke City to teach geometry at Franklin County High School. A year later, there's 4 PE jobs open in the county. And I just threw my hat in the ring and interviewed and got offered the job, and then thought, okay, now I got to make a decision. I was there for 8 years, worked with that baseball program. I left the head coaching job at PH, went to a JV assistant, JV head coach, and then moved into the varsity assistant with Coach Shelton. And we worked great together. It was, I would think he would agree, but it's kind of like having 2 head coaches on the team.
Yeah.
I knew my defined role as the assistant, but, we just turned loose and, we tried to drive in runs and get outs, and now I'm here.
Did you by chance coach a kid, Grayson Chitwood?
Oh, G Money. Actually, in my phone, it's G Chitty. Yeah, love Grayson Chitwood. His mom and dad, Eddie and Angie, are
the best.
Yes.
They are. Undisputed, just great people.
Yeah. Loyal listeners of the show. Loyal listeners.
I told you guys a little bit
before.
Wow. Yes, ShamWow. Eddie's special to me because of what I shared with you guys about him making the food for my daughter with the food allergies. And that's a very small snapshot of what and who Eddie Chitwood is.
Definitely.
I bought my son a new bat. Our sons played with Grayson. Grayson was our first baseman, the lefty. And Well, and my son was lefty too, but not as good. So he was out there in right field. However, I digress. But we bought a new bat, and Eddie volunteered. He got the bat, and he goes, "I'm going to ping it." And he took it home, and he pinged it the whole weekend, so it would have enough hits in it that it would start being a better bat. I mean, just on his own, just asked me, "Hey, I can," and he knew how to do it, and got us a better bat, and brought it to the next weekend. It was
Grayson,
really cool.
Grayson got a new bat one year, maybe sophomore, junior year. Brings it out first day of practice, taking BP with it. And every ball he hit just barely made it past the pitcher's mouth. And I looked at Grayson. I said, "Do you still have the receipt for that bat? Because you might want to take it back. You might want to take it back." But no, Grayson, it was a great player for me.
That's cool.
He's done really well at Ferrum, and just enjoy being around all of them.
So you made the trip from Franklin County. Now you're at Liberty High School in your new role as athletic director. How's that going?
It's good. I've wanted for the last, 4 or 5 years to transition from that coach into the athletic director side. I've just always been fascinated with what an AD does.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned very quickly what an AD does.
Okay.
And I'm still learning, and the amount of hours that goes into it to be successful across the board.
Yes.
For our programs. And again, for 23 years, I was baseball.
Yep.
What can I do to make baseball successful?
Mm-hmm.
And now it's baseball, basketball, cheerleading, wrestling, swimming. And I've been very honest with some of our coaches. Coach Lucas with the wrestling program, sent him a text one day before winter started. I said, "Hey, come here, let's talk about some wrestling." And he sat down. He said, "All right, what do you want to know?" And I said, "Well, Ethan, I don't know anything. I don't look good in the singlet, so I never wrestled. And I need you to teach me so that I can help you."
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it's been. And
It's great.
the coaches and the community, the athletes have been really good to work with.
Yeah, we've had Jeremy Sinkon, who was at Liberty, went on to JF to be their AD. Larry Kidd, we've talked with him in the past. So one of the things that I've always had a issue with when it comes to schools is I personally, I think if you quadrupled the budget, it wouldn't be enough. What's the battle like as an administrator when you want more, but your limitations, and with a new AD, you've got to learn your role as well. How does that look? I mean, how do you lobby to get more money, but at the same time understand you had a job to do with what you've been given?
Well, if you look at, and I'll answer this through a bit of a story. A very good friend of mine is an athletic director in Starkville, Mississippi. Mississippi State University is 2 blocks away from his high school.
Okay.
Talking to Greg, he's like, "I can hear the band practice from my office at MSU." And they face the same challenges that we do in terms of fundraising and getting money. And I tell you that with Starkville High School, because fundraising is a necessary evil.
Yes.
In high school athletics. It's even more cumbersome for like a golf team or a tennis team that doesn't generate the revenue of a Friday night football game. So my challenge to answer your question with coaches is, let's sit down as a group, and it's kind of that win method. What's important now? What do we need right now? Let's attack that full force, pin our ears back, hat backwards, whole 9 yards, and go get it. But when we do that, let's try to separate needs versus wants.
Yes.
Because the wants will get there,
Mm-hmm.
but we've got to address the needs. And that's kind of what I try to do with fundraising when I talk with parents or when I talk with businesses in Bedford. I'm even trying to fundraise, get money from people that I know in Franklin County.
Mm-hmm.
Help us out with, and I don't ever ask anybody, "Can you give us money?"
Yeah.
Because I know if a kid comes to my door, knocks on the door and says, "Can you give me money for X program?" I kind of turn it off.
Yeah.
My approach is, "Can you help us out?" I completely put the ball in your court at that point.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be specific. I'm not going to say, Brian, can you help us out with $500? Just can you help us out?
Mm-hmm.
If it's $20, if it's $50, if it's $500,
Mm-hmm.
then we're moving forward with what we need.
Mm-hmm.
And that's very hard because, again, I coached for 25 years. What's important for me to make our program successful may not be important to Mr. Smith that owns whatever bit. So I've got to sell that to them of why it's important. And it becomes harder when their kids have exited high school.
Yeah.
It's kind of easier to get money from somebody with an elementary middle that's moving up through the high school.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
Because they see the benefits. But, when the guy says, when my daughter graduated in 2015, it's harder.
Yeah.
But, every day I'm trying to be on the phone or return an email with somebody. Again, just, can you help us out? This is what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
I doubt many people think about this, but I do. And maybe you can explain a little bit to help educate others. And we haven't asked this question of Jeremy when he was here before, but I thought about it after I saw him, and I've seen him at volleyball games at night. I see him when I'm doing the concessions for the JV volleyball. I see him at the basketball games at night. How often are you at that school? What is? I mean, I don't think people know how many hours. I mean, you're talking about making phone calls. That's during the day, and then you got the events at night. How often are you there? I mean, how big a time commitment is this?
I'm probably at 60 hours already this week.
Easily. Already.
But I think that's how we address the fundraising and the shortfall.
Yeah.
Is to be visible, to talk to people, return phone calls going home, call people. I was on the phone this morning at 7:00, just trying to keep working some leads that might help us out. But I say that, but I also, I made a commitment to myself when I took this job that I'm going to attack it 100%, but I'm not going to let it overvalue or overpower my 3 kids and my wife.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I owe that to them.
Yeah.
To do that. And I think I've tried to balance it a little bit. The secretary at school, there's nights when she'll come in and say, go home.
Mm-hmm.
Just go home.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's a lot of time you guys put in.
Is.
It's just incredible.
It's a tough job. It's a thankless job, like
Yeah.
a lot of things with, when you're dealing with education. But
You're not going to have many people call you and tell you there's something good going on.
we love the coaching.
Yeah.
The golf team.
This coach is
Wonderful.
the best coach and looks out for my kid, and we understand he's not going to college.
Yeah.
You don't get those,
nobody.
you don't get those calls.
Yeah.
Well, we get a couple of those. And I think Jeremy and Neil would both say the same thing. But a lot of the phone calls that we get sometimes are just apparent needing clarity about something. And it's not coach or athlete or sport specific. It's more of, what do they need for eligibility? When's the physical expire?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me how to get in touch with a coach?
Yeah.
And you get that phone call and you're like, wait a minute, like, what do you need to talk to coach about?
Yeah.
Right. Definitely.
I tell you, I coached 5 years at Forest Middle School, and Brian coached football here too at Liberty. But having an AD that is that interface is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's great when you can take those. They know to talk to you, and then you can come to me. It makes it a heck of a lot better.
Oh, yes. Definitely.
Well, I think the goal is to let the coaches coach.
Yes.
And again, 90% of the issues I can handle unless it's something specific player coach related.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the things, that when I first came here and started working with Coach Watts when he was a football coach, he said, look, I'll take whatever you can help with, anything. So, I helped coach, but the main thing that I saw in my first year was the lack of fundraising and the amount of money that it takes. People aren't, you've been at Franklin County and now you've been through your first season of the Seminole District. Nothing against Franklin County in any of that, but the Seminole District is nasty.
Yes.
And there are when you have teams like Rustburg, Brookville, and Liberty that I would say is kind of on the same level fundraising, and you're going up against Heritage and Jefferson Forest and Glass, where the fundraising mechanisms are a little more in place. And it's you see when you're coaching on a Friday night and you're looking across the field and you've got teams with TV screens on the sidelines and they've got end zone cameras and all that. You guys are still, looking at a piece of paper because that's all you got. We're drawing stick figures up in the top.
Well, if you rewind back to 2002, or 2003, when I first became the head baseball coach at PH, when they talk about fundraising, I would tell our parents, I want one. I call them 3 T's. I want one of these 3 from every parent, and it's your time, your talents, or your treasures. I may not need money.
Yeah.
But I might need you to donate time on a field day.
Mm-hmm.
Your talents. Is there a parent that knows anything about chain link fencing? Because we've got some gates that need to be fixed.
Yes.
That's not a monetary donation.
Yeah.
I just need you to give me some of your talents. And then obviously your treasures would be the financial support.
Yeah.
But any of those 3 T's I can get for our kids is important. So the fundraising is not always financial backing. And I think that's what turns some donors off.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we need money. I'm not disputing that. But I also need a skilled tradesman or tradeswoman that can help repaint dugouts, fix outfield fences, fill in holes in a parking lot.
Yeah.
Football season, is there anybody that can follow a straight line to help paint a field?
Right.
And I asked that question, and Coach Robertson's dad and some of his dad's friends came out and helped. We had other football parents come out and help. Well, that saved me 3 hours on a Thursday that it wasn't a monetary donation. Just give me some time.
Yeah.
So there's the fundraising snake has multiple heads, so to speak.
No, I agree 100%. I saw an interview the other day of Mike Bray. I think he's leaving, stepping down at the end of the year and retiring at Notre Dame basketball. And the question that was asked to him was, how did you find your way to be successful at Notre Dame? And he said, if you go back and look at my winning seasons when he was, really good, they weren't the most talented. But he said, when you have a program where they literally have bought into the point where you're actually coaching less and they're taking your plan and doing it for you from top to bottom. And I thought about that in some of the seasons that we had with Coach Watts. You go back and look at it, it wasn't just the students, it was the parents, it's the administration, it's everybody. It's those good years, everybody was a part of it. You didn't have to do all the other things. But it's difficult getting that buy-in year in and year out. And it
is hard. You're talking about Coach Bray. My best year at PH in baseball, we went to the region final, did not have a single all-district player, did not have a single all-state player, but we had 15 dudes that got after it.
Right on.
And we had 35 parents that got after it.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's kind of a slippery slope to go down, but I'm not naive to the fact parents are going to disagree with me, with coaches, with players, etc. But what's important is the overall success of individual programs, but also the programs at Liberty from the bird's eye view. And I think when we can put our differences aside, or tell me your difference, explain it, we'll deal with it. We might agree to disagree.
Yeah.
It's done. It's over with. Let's get back to making these kids better.
I agree.
Yeah. I think, I harken back when we mentioned Grayson, but we had Perry, my son, and we had Logan. We were playing together, and it didn't quite work out with the group that we were with, right? And when you're young as a parent, you really don't know either. Now I'm 55 years old, right? I can look back at things. The one thing I think we did do well was we moved on when it wasn't working. We found a coach, and to me, a leader is what you want. You're talking to your son, right? You want that. And I think we were lucky to have that. Whether we won or lost, the buy-in is better when you have a mentor that is teaching those kids and you get people to listen and you realize the result is a better person is what we want, not necessarily a team, right? And that worked out for our two sons.
Oh yeah, it was 100%. And then it's funny because that mentor is a football coach now,
Yeah.
a head football coach at Northside.
Yeah.
But he was a baseball coach for our kids, and it just I don't know that we ever had an issue with parents or any. It's just everything
It was that everybody came together and it was fun. It was just fun.
We will definitely miss those days for sure.
Certainly do.
But anyway, thank you for taking the time to come out here. But you can't go yet. We have one last question, and we always try to remember to ask our guests if you could spend one day, 24 hours, with anybody, neither now, past. Who would it be, and where would you hang out with them? Anybody?
My dad. My dad was killed when I was a sophomore in high school.
Oh man.
24 hours with him. When I was in high school, he sat right beside our dugout, and we didn't have the bag chairs then. It was that old metal, lawn chair.
They're back.
he sat right there every game. And I think if I had 24 hours and it could be anybody, I'd pull up a chair beside him.
And just chat.
Yeah. It's been almost 30 years.
Yeah.
Physically, he's never met my kids, but I know he has.
Yeah, that's all.
I'd love to sit with him and chat with him while he's watching my kids play.
Oh man,
that might be getting kind of greedy, but it's my wish, so I can do it.
Right.
Any way I want
It's
to.
the Citadel way.
But that's without a doubt
Cool.
24 hours with him one more time.
Yeah,
We've been talking
fantastic
with
answer.
Aaron Hagler, the AD at Liberty High School here in Bedford. Appreciate you taking the time out today, and we'll catch back up with you soon.
I appreciate it. Good
Thank you.
talking with you guys.
Yeah, man, awesome.
CNS Business Service is your local place to get professional services, payroll, bookkeeping, notary, QuickBooks, and consulting. Everything is done and catered to your needs. Set up a consult today and visit their new and approved website at csbusinessservice.online or call 540-586-1120. Again, that number is 540-586-1120. It is nice to be greeted by those who know you by name. CNS Business Service will give you that kind of welcome to new and existing clients. Professional services done by professional staff, today, tomorrow, and together. CNS Business Services are located in front of the Bedford YMCA in Suite G.
Life, Liberty, Happiness presents Have at It with Trent Warner.
Man, before I start into anything, what an interview.
Mm-hmm.
What a good interview.
That was awesome.
Hour number 2, we'll go back and rehash some of the things.
Yeah, are we into hour 2?
Yeah.
Oh, we are. Man, it went fast.
It does go fast.
We do need 2 hours. There's just too much to talk about.
I know.
I tell you, I mean, he may have been a Citadel guy or whatever, but you could hear
Dude.
the structure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's no way that program's not going to get better.
Sure. Oh, yeah. No,
know what I
you
mean?
can see it commands it.
I'm not to say anything about the previous.
Correct.
Whatever, and I don't want to, I'm not disparaging. What I'm saying is the improvement of structure,
Right.
you can hear it already.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have that, put your ears back, and we have 3 T's, and,
Yes.
it's coach speak.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's also leadership speak. You can hear it.
Well, before you get into your thing, let's talk about that real quickly.
Yeah.
Do you think that an AD should have a minimum of 5 to 7 years coaching experience before you should be an AD?
I would definitely think so.
There are ADs with 0.
Yeah, that's tough.
And I'm with you. Unless you,
If you've never had the experience of a kid that's upset, a parent that's upset, what it takes to get organization of your team.
Oh.
And I don't mean just upset, like that's the major thing. But if you haven't had those experiences, a referee that got out of hand, a assistant coach that got out of hand, if you haven't seen those things, how do you deal with them if you've never been around it? And we've all been around it if we've done any kind of sports coaching.
It's almost like, they do a winter, like kind of, Woody, you probably don't know this because you don't know anything about sports, but
No, he's been our go-to guy the last few weeks.
Too busy watching Golden Girls.
but no, when
he hasn't lost every bet he's made.
It's almost, good point. It's almost like you wish you could do a parents meeting, not with the coach and parent, because that happens, right? You have and those, listen, parents just want you to shut up and they want to go home.
Mm-hmm.
Coaches don't want to give the speech either. So I wish there was an outsider that actually went through with the parents on what is involved to be a coach.
Yeah.
Because I hear some of the stuff they say to coaches. And listen, having parented a kid that went through high school playing, was fortunate enough to play 3 sports and wasn't great, but he was good at each one of them.
Yeah.
And then going through it with my daughter right now, I'm beside myself when I hear other people talk.
Yeah.
And I think I've talked to you this before. When I was working under Charnas and then I wasn't coaching anymore, I would go watch Alta Vista play. Now, Alta Vista had never won anything.
Mm-hmm.
He was on his 3rd state championship.
They had a record for the most losses in a row.
Exactly.
State record for a while.
And Woody, they're on their 3rd state championship. And I kid you not, there are parents going, when are they going to get this guy out of here? He has no idea what he's doing. And I'm sitting there going, are you nuts?
I wish we could have a lesson on that.
You just wish but it's not just the coaching. That's the part that bothers me. They don't get the crying.
Yeah.
The girlfriend that's pissed them off that you're talking them through.
Yeah.
Because they're not telling mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
That, if it's drugs,
mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of coaches that get your kid through trying drugs, getting them out of it, not going down that road.
I told a parent one time when I was coaching basketball, to discipline her son, held him out of a game from us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he wasn't doing good in school.
Right.
And so I reached out to her and I said, hey, if we could handle that differently next time, let me do the disciplining that you need, because what you actually did, you hurt the rest of everybody else for his actions. I can do it on the court with the team. I mean, I can make them all pay for it. I can do that if I think that's the right call.
Yep.
But you made a call individually and didn't show up for a game.
Correct.
And it hurt everybody else.
Yep.
So it's those conversations you have to have
absolutely
in order to know what it's like to be a coach.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to go off on tangent. Go ahead.
It's have at it, Brian. We can do anything.
Damn it, have at it.
We can really do anything we want. And now I don't feel like I'm rushed. Like right now, most weeks I cut off all my materials, and people would text me and are upset about it. So sometimes they call me and I have to tell them what I would have said. So now I feel like I got more time.
All right, you got 5 minutes.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Just kidding.
Already done. All right, so let's go to your guy. And it was a great segue. We do this all the time, and I love how you and I think. When you send something and you play it, and it's right in line with what I was getting ready to play. So you did the Amtrak thing. This is the same speech. Okay, listen to this doddering fool. So all 3 of my clips are the doddering fool. Let's listen to cut 11.
All right.
Over 1 million miles on Air Force 2. And I was going home as the United States, as vice president. And one of the conductors said to me, hey, Joe, big deal. 200, you said you've traveled over 1 million miles on Amtrak. How the hell do you know that? And they added it up at there. When I was vice president, I flew over 1 million miles on Air Force 2.
What the hell is he?
Okay.
But
jeez. Okay, there was not a cognitive thought.
None.
In what he said.
They added it up.
Hey, Joe.
But he's telling you something that he's never said before, right?
Inside.
Okay, that story is a total lie.
Of course it is.
Okay, so the person that he's referring to that said he did his millionth mile was 1993. Okay, that is when the guy died. So he would have done his millionth mile in the 90s. He said when he was vice president, like he thinks he's telling you something accurate. Just okay. Let's not only listen to that, but let's listen to him say 1,200,000, whatever it is. Just listen to this. Can you play that again? Just listen to
Oh
him.
man, oh sorry.
I'm sorry. Did it get rid of?
Yeah.
You
Oh,
got rid of
good.
it?
You threw it in the
apologize.
trash.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, it's to
Yeah,
the trash.
sorry.
I just the way he did the 1,250,000. It was like remember when he did the happy birthday thing,
Yes.
and he went when he doesn't know something, he thinks if he mumbles it, you didn't know that he didn't know.
Oh, hey Trent.
Okay, you got
When I
it.
was vice president, I flew over 1,000,000 miles on Air Force Two, and I was going home as the United States as vice president. And one of the conductors said to me, "Hey Joe, big deal, million whatever 200." You said you've traveled over 1,000,000 miles on Amtrak. I said, how the hell do you know that? And they added it up at their.
All right, but hold on. I'm confused. He's flown over 1,000,000 miles on Air Force Two?
Yes, when he was vice president.
Okay, but who's the conductor?
So then he was saying he told this story. So now listen, I'm trying to make sense out of what he is saying, but if you piece it together, he was saying it was a big deal that he flew 1,000,000 miles on Air Force Two, which is a plane. But when he got on the Amtrak going home, the conductor said, "Hey, big deal. You've done more than 1,000,000 miles on this train."
Oh my God. No way.
That's what he's trying to tell you. And the person that would have told him that was long before he ever was vice president. It was 20 years. Do you know what I'm saying?
I do now.
I mean, but he's telling the story in front of people. It's
All
not
right.
like he's sitting at a table just lying.
So is it feasible that he flew 1,000,000 miles on Air Force Two? That's the part I want to know.
As vice president for 8 years, he
You think?
probably went to Ukraine and back.
No, you're right. His trips to Ukraine and China
Yeah.
and Russia.
Yeah.
Let's not forget, Joe knew Russia too.
So, all right. So let's just keep going on with the dolt. Okay.
Okay.
The bluthering, whatever he is. So
Happy birthday.
I sound like him just
to you.
Bava. All right, let's do cut 16 and just try to tell me what the hell is he saying?
These are jobs for folks I used to think about as I took the train home at night, going through the stretches of suburban Maryland, suburban Baltimore, and look out the window, see the flickering lights on people's tables. Not a joke. I used to look at them and just wonder what their conversations were at the kitchen table, the dining room table. What were they thinking about before they just before or after they put their kids to bed? Asking questions that are ordinary and profound. We're gonna have enough money left over, honey, at the end of the month. After we pay our bills, just have a little bit of breathing room. My dad used to say, Joey, a job's about a lot more than a paycheck. It's about your dignity. It's about respect. It's about being able to look your kid in the eye and say, honey, it's going to be, I mean this sincerely, it's going to be okay.
Okay, there is no cognitive thought. He's on a train and he's looking out the windows of Baltimore and wherever he was going, Philadelphia. And he sees the flickering light on the kitchen table. He loves the kitchen table, whatever it is. But somehow there's two people, and he was thinking about what they were talking about. When you put your kid to bed. I mean, you cannot piece together. What are you saying?
You remember how elegant Ronald Reagan was?
Mm-hmm.
If he was telling that story,
Yeah.
you would feel like you're at a kitchen table. Yeah, I remember my dad having those conversations. There's no way in hell you'd get that from this guy.
Yeah.
Because you can't figure out whether he's talking about the kitchen table, the dining room table, or
I've got this
what?
hunch too. When you hear him say, "I'm serious," or when you hear him say, "I'm not kidding," which is both those things are lies. It's because the look on the people's faces.
Yes.
They're just staring at you.
They're calling bullshit.
And he's looking at them and he's saying, "I'm serious," to try to let you know he's being serious.
Yes.
But he really knows I don't know that he knows he's fabricating. When you've lied so long, do you really know what a lie is anymore?
I know what a lie is. When he whispers.
I saw him, then he was yelling the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Like he gets angry about stuff.
I'm serious.
Yeah. All right. So here's another one. We have Ukraine. We have spent how much money in Ukraine? And I'm telling you, if there is an independent research done 20 years from now that someone literally, and I keep using literally way too much.
Literally.
If someone goes back and they look at the corruption of what we did in Ukraine, the money laundering that went behind it before we started. Remember, this was the place that Trump was going to fix, right? He wanted the corruption figured out.
Right. This wasn't Obama.
And then he got impeached
Correct.
for even suggesting we need to get the corruption figured out.
Correct.
And now the same place is where we're sending billions of dollars to and have a war, apparently, right? Where's all the war footage, by the way? Don't we have enough war footage? Is there a site? Somebody told me there's a website you can go find that war footage.
Really?
Grove Street FM.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We got a new channel.
in the app.
Give us
Yeah,
the
the war
day.
channel.
We got a war channel. Let's
Hey.
find a.
After the show, I'll effort that.
I know you will.
Okay, there is some place where they say you can find those videos. But
I'll effort that.
okay,
God's sakes,
any
yeah.
other war that we had, didn't they have videos at least at nighttime where you could see the green shot
they did.
flares going up in the air?
Yeah.
You don't see any of that anywhere.
No, and it's not to say that it's not. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously people are dying. What I'm trying to say is during Obama's presidency, Ukraine had issues with Russia and they asked for help. It's funny how our public forgets that we didn't send them aid. We sent them blankets. Do you remember Trump laughing about that? Because Trump actually sent them military aid.
Yeah.
Not money, military aid, and said, here's rockets. While Obama was sending you blankets, here's rockets.
What's
right?
your thought on Trump ripping? It started already.
DeSantis?
Yeah.
DeSantis is so good.
He is good.
But listen, there are two different politicians, and we'll talk about that
Okay, in the second hour? Later in the second hour?
Yeah, sure. We can talk.
Okay. All right. So let's listen. Okay. This is about Ukraine. Okay. So the first part of this, and it's going to be it's a little easier to see on screen and understand it. So I'm going to set it up a little bit. This is the first part of this is what Joe said March of just last year. It's not even been a full year. Okay. This is about sending aid to Ukraine.
Okay.
And the way he sets it up is stop making this a bigger deal than it is. We're sending money. It's not like we're going to send any weapons.
Gotcha.
All right. Or send any big weapons. The second one is what he said just last week in January. Okay, so let's hear the cut 18.
The idea that we're going to send in offensive equipment and have planes and tanks and trains going in with American pilots and American crews, just understand, and don't kid yourself, no matter what you all say, that's called World War III. Okay?
He even leans in.
Let's get it straight here, guys.
He's teaching you.
That old expression, don't kid a kidder. And today I'm announcing that the United States will be sending 31 Abrams tanks to Ukraine, the equivalent of one Ukrainian
You have to
battalion.
laugh.
Secretary Austin.
I mean, how scary is
recommended
this?
Step
Oh, he actually
because it will
remembered his
enhance
name?
Ukraine's capacity to defend its territory and achieve its strategic objectives.
Strategic.
I mean, he has.
Chewing it and I suffered the pressure.
That's his. No, listen, it's because he doesn't know. It's what we've always said. He doesn't know what he's saying. He's just saying what they tell him to say.
But even, okay, I do agree with you. I mean, he's not making policy, right? He's not sitting from his chair telling his minions what our new policy is going to be. He's not doing that. The minions are telling him what to read. Okay.
Right.
But wouldn't the minions stick to their guns too?
No.
I mean, you made him say it in March.
Trent,
Why
the
do you change
minions-
it in January?
The minions have won.
Yeah.
Like we're under this illusion that somehow we've put up a fight. We're getting our rear ends handed to us.
Us being Republicans?
Us being conservative people that just go to work and want things to be the United States the way we grew up in it,
Yeah,
right? We
yeah.
just, I hope, like Reagan used to say, you hope for the best. You don't prey on people's fears, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they've won the battle that they've always set out to do. And that is they control the narrative from top to bottom.
So I would agree with you. And if I'm riding your train of thought right here, riding and Biden on the Amtrak, all right, if I'm riding that makes sense. When you think the minions said we're not going into World War III because we're only sending money, maybe that was their step. We're going to send the money and then we're going to send weapons. And our way to do it is we'll just lie. We'll just say that it's not going to happen. We're not sending anything big. Don't protest us. You guys will get used to it, and now we'll send big weapons.
I think it's all interconnected, because the reason I say that is the debt ceiling that's coming up. Republicans have already said that everything's on the table for cutting until you guys, we're not going to just extend the debt limit until you guys talk about cutting stuff, including defense. And this is them saying, oh, here we go. We've got to have our defense spending. And it's them finding a way to always control the narrative. I'm telling you. And the reason I say this, Trent, is I saw something today that really bothered the heck out of me. I have seen 2 weeks straight of layoffs. And I'm not talking about 100 people. Silicon Valley is laying off like crazy.
Silicon.
Is it silicon?
Yeah, silicon's in your titties.
Isn't that where all that came from?
Yeah.
Silicon Valley? So anyway, it's all fake, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Google had laid off like 6,000. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you go down the list. It wasn't just a few. They're all doing it right now. Spotify. Did you see that one?
No.
They were laying off over 3,000 employees. And I'm sitting here listening to a week full of layoffs. And all I hear is how great the economy is.
And the jobs report, how come unemployment, it doesn't seem to go up?
But what I'm trying to tell you is today, I hear a Democrat lady talking. She says, what's great about this next upcoming election is Democrats can run on the economy. It's done. They've already convinced America that the economy is great right now.
Yeah.
Who is walking into a grocery store going, heck yeah.
$7 eggs.
Jeez. I'm enjoying, but they have convinced.
Yeah.
Last year we were in a recession. No, we weren't. Never happened.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I'm being serious. They've won. If you can convince people that the economy's well, which they seem to think is true.
Yeah.
You have a press secretary that doesn't.
Do you ever think if Trump had won, what they'd be saying if we were in this kind of economy with Trump?
Oh, it would be horrendous.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can remember when Bush and they had the recession and started it, how often they used the word depression in news coverage. Like the definition was in recession.
Correct.
And we were heading south and we had the horrible 2007 market. And they were using the word depression every chance they got. And we can't even use the word recession when we're in it.
Correct. No, they've redefined it.
Yeah. I've got underreported stories.
Okay.
4 of them. You ready?
Okay.
I mean, what do you got in the second hour?
We haven't even gotten to it.
Oh. Well. All right. Well, I guess I'll just wait again to the end. See if we got a second hour of Have At It.
You're in the 4th hour, Trent.
I tell you what.
Sorry. You didn't get the memo.
All right. Well, I'll hold this off to see if there's any time left.
We're done with Have At It.
Okay. Well,
we will finish our first
Have At
hour.
It part 1.
We'll finish our first hour with Kelsey Ballerini. Is that how you say her name? Yeah. Bottle of wine. And when we come back, we will start hour number 2.
And do it in a half hour?
Social, moral, or medical. They have learned to enjoy liquor without letting it upset the functioning of their body and mind. It relaxes you, makes you more congenial. I just had one. This helps make a gathering cheerful and friendly.
It ain't my fault, so don't blame me. I swear I just came here to unwind and have one drink. The way it looks ain't what you think. This Cabernet has a way of vanishing on me. There's a hole in the bottle, leaking all this wine. It's already empty and it ain't even supper time. Honey, no, I don't miss it. In fact, it slipped my mind. There's a hole in the bottle of wine. I keep my cool, play by all the rules. I swear 10 minutes ago that bottle was full. I won't cry about love gone wrong, 'cause tears would water down this ruby red I'm sipping on. There's a hole in the bottle, leaking all this wine. It's already one's halfway gone, and it's barely even open. There's a hole in the bottle, leaking all this wine. It's already empty, and it ain't even supper time. Honey, no, I don't miss it. In fact, it slipped my mind. There's a hole in the bottle of wine. You may ask me where it's going, but I can't even find the hole in the bottle of wine.
She has abused her system, and she's paying for it.
All right, that was Kelsey Ballerini, and now we are into hour number 2. We don't have a bumper for that, Brad.
No.
Give me about 10 minutes.
By the way, hour 2 is starting at an hour and a half.
I know. So we
loosely named hour 2, right?
Yeah, what we're doing is we're actually testing our hour 2 segment. So eventually, once we get the
I kind of like what we're doing because it feels less stressed.
Yeah,
You
no,
keep
I
trying
don't
to cut me
disagree
off.
with you.
I mean,
Right.
you know how many notes I have here?
Yeah, but what you don't understand is there is a format, and I've tried to explain this to you.
Okay.
See, your job, yes, is to sit over there and talk, which you do well. Okay.
Well, thanks for a compliment. That's
But
unusual.
Woody's
I'll play
job
that
is
back.
he has to upload this stuff. So
Okay.
there is a format. So he has to have a start and stop.
Okay.
So when we go to subscription for hour 2,
Yeah.
hour 1 can't bleed over.
Are you sure? Well, in just a minute, you
The
just start.
whole purpose of our do I have to just really lay out everything? The whole purpose for hour number 2
Yeah.
is so if you have things you don't get to,
Yeah.
you get to it in hour number 2.
Well, what's hard to understand about that? I get that.
Obviously not.
Well, I mean, you cut me
Have
off.
at it was 45 minutes. So all I'm saying is for those people listening, when they go, man, I wish Trent would have kept going, they can for a small fee in part 2.
Okay.
It'd be cheaper than eggs. I mean,
Yes, good point.
come on.
All right. So the moment everybody's been waiting for in hour number 2
Okay.
is my top 5
Okay.
of comedy.
All right.
If you can remember back that far.
Yeah.
All right. You disagreed with my 6 through 10.
Tremendously.
All right. So we're going to go number 5.
Okay.
I'm waiting for my drum roll. Actually, wait for drum roll till number 1. Okay. So you've got a couple to get to before I get to number 1. So number 5 is Married with Children.
I would put that there.
Okay.
That was pretty good.
Number 4. I think back at some of the things Al Bundy used to say.
They couldn't make it today.
The best.
Oh, they were unbelievable.
I still use one today. I literally use one today. When I walk in the house and Marty says, "Did you miss me?" I'll say, with every bullet I have.
That is by far my favorite. The only one that I liked better than that was when he was on the beach and the fat lady sat beside him and he said, "Could you move? You're blocking the sun." Anyway, number 4, Seinfeld.
There's no way that's not number 1 or 2.
Gosh.
And what'd you call it?
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld?
Yeah, Seinfeld.
Okay. I thought you said Seinfeld.
No.
Okay.
It's Seinfeld.
Helicopter. Hey, you never asked me what Marty's word was of the week.
We're on a segment here.
Oh, okay. All right.
God, it's
Well, it was on my notes. I hadn't crossed it out.
He has notes.
Okay.
like he suffers from
Hey, that-
HDA. What is it called?
Look, that can be
ADHD.
part of the subscription service.
Okay.
We post a picture of Trent's notes for every
Oh
episode.
my gosh.
Get it on here.
I love
Live
it.
now.
Look,
Yeah,
he's got a
keep him
clip on his.
Keep him
That's how many.
Multiple pages.
He's got the red pen on hand. I love it.
Here's
Well, black is notes made earlier, and then red is new note.
I think that'd be well worth the
Oh
content.
my God. So number 3.
Yep.
Office.
Definitely number 1
Yeah,
or 2.
That's great comedy.
Now you're not gonna like my 2, but I watched every episode I could watch. Number 2, I've got Cheers.
I'd say Cheers top 10.
What's wrong, Woody?
Nah, I just
You weren't a Cheers?
What was better, the blonde lady or Kirsten?
Oh, that's a great one.
Shelley Long. Right?
Shelley Long was
Shelley
my-
Long or the
I liked her
Kirsten
better
Alley.
than I
Kirsten
did
Alley.
Kirstie Alley.
Yeah.
Kirstie Alley.
I did too.
Rest in peace, Kirk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. She died
Yeah,
unexpectedly.
died last year, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Her and Charles Manson
Good
are
point.
dead.
Yeah, 20 years ago.
Yeah. That's
Number one.
That's part of Dave Baxter's errors and omissions.
Number one.
Uh-huh.
I gave him literally 3 minutes to find a drum roll.
There you go. I found one.
You didn't find one?
No, I don't. I just know it's none accessible in the soundboard. I'm afraid it'll mess the screen up. Sorry. But the next paid one, I will gladly.
I'll do like Christmas Vacation.
All right, number one.
Yeah.
Everybody Loves Raymond.
Mm.
That is my one.
I'd say top 4.
Oh, dude, I've probably watched every episode at least twice, maybe even more. And I'm telling you, there are some that I feel like, damn, I don't remember this. And then I watch it and I go, oh my God, that's hilarious. And then I find funnier things on every episode now.
I just don't see how you didn't put Golden Girls on
Just
this whole list.
horrible.
How about one on the list that I don't see either is King of Queens.
Man, I thought about
That's
that
a good
too.
one. That is
I
a good
love
one.
Kevin
That's
James.
funny.
That damn dad.
You're right.
Oh, the dad.
I sent y'all a clip this week
Oh, he's great.
He is.
where they were playing Monopoly
Yes.
and he rolls the dice and he goes, I'll take Park Place. And Kevin James says, okay, well, there's a few things wrong with that. First off, you're not the thimble. Secondly, I'm already on Park Place. And thirdly, you rolled a 5, not a 6. And the old man just flipped the board.
He just smacks it right out of the bed.
Oh, he's great.
Oh, it
He's
is great.
Yeah, that.
But here's a little
We should have people text us what we missed because
Oh,
there's
yeah.
so many good comedies.
Yeah.
What did we miss?
text the show at
Text Grover at 540-855-7388.
text Grover the Otter.
Otter. The Otter.
The Gopher.
The Otter Gopher.
So
So text the show on what TV comedy you have in your top 10. You don't have to text the whole top 10, but just something we may have missed.
Yeah, well, yeah.
how about the Marty texted me Patreon. Patreon is the name of the software. She said that I guess you used to
Marty.
purchase.
That's a good yeah. You could because you give extra content. Yeah.
Where the second hour is through Patreon, and that's where you purchase the.
I think I might do a version of that in the app.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell her great idea though.
She said, Marty, he said, great idea.
All right.
She's listening live.
So Everybody Loves Raymond. I had a little clip.
Okay.
Cut 2.
Robbie, honey, I know what you're going through, and I can help you. I just want you once and for all to say it to me.
What are you talking about? Say what to you?
That you're homosexual.
No, don't say it. I'm not saying it. This again?
A woman ate a fly? Nobody believes your stories, Robbie. Just say it.
No.
I'm a gay. What? Feel better. Hello, I'm queer, and now I'm here.
Who says that?
That's the slogan.
That's the slogan. I always, when I watch
that's
it,
funny.
man, like I
Wow, what a
watched
good
one the
show.
other night. What I think was great about his writing, because I think Ray wrote the show, right?
Yeah.
He did a lot of the writing for it.
Mm-hmm.
How you could take an episode about smoking and make it as funny as they made it, to me, is hilarious.
Who was smoking?
Robert's wife's mother.
Oh.
The ones that are supposed to be the perfect couple. She went outside to smoke, and Robert caught her smoking.
Mm.
Oh my God, was it hilarious! All right, so
Yep.
I found a clip. Moving on from drama, I found a clip. Just was thumbing through one night and I saw this and I thought, oh my God, I wonder if Trent has seen this. So this is just so you know. I wish people who are watching the show could see the expression of the host when Charles Barkley says this. I wish this had been on the regular Shaquille O'Neal, Ernie, and Kenny Smith
NBA studio.
Yeah, now they have a different. I don't know if you've seen it. Like they have
They're still there.
Yeah, but they also have another one,
Oh, okay.
and it's Charles, Kenny, some other guy I don't know,
Okay.
and Shaq's not there, and it's nowhere near as good. But they're talking about voting for the All-Star, and it has gotten out of hand. Chet Holmgren, which I don't know if you know who he is. He was like the #1 draft pick or whatever.
Skinny guy from Gonzaga.
He hasn't played one game this year.
Yeah.
Yet he got like the second amount of votes
Oh, wow.
for the All-Star game. I mean, it's stupid.
Yeah.
So Kenny said, or Charles says this as they're talking about it. Cut 3.
It's my personal preference because I don't think you can miss 20 games in the first half of the season. I just don't think that's fair.
Anthony Davis was actually the one that came right after Zion, another person who's missed a number of games this season. He's missed 23. Okay.
People, we let the fans vote. Look what happened last time they got to vote for president.
All right.
The guy didn't know what to say. He froze, man. He's like, and Charles, he doesn't care. He's saying what's on his mind.
Yeah.
Don't you wish that would have been in the Ernie studio? Could you imagine Shaq? Oh my God, Shaq would have had a blast with that one.
And if he'd have said that about Trump or vice versa, that'd have been on every show.
Oh, the clip would have been everywhere. Good point.
Yep.
All right, so rehash.
Yep.
We had a great interview earlier in hour number 1 with Aaron Hagler, who is the new AD at Liberty High School. Any questions or comments that you have about that interview?
No, I mean, I think you're going to see successes from Liberty. I meant to ask him. I hate when we do this because I always think about the questions I could have asked.
Right.
But moving down to AA, how that's going to how that's going to impact the school.
Yeah.
What he thinks about that. But they're going to win. I mean, I just see good things coming that way. When you have good, we say it all the time. It starts from the top.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to be great. You can hear it.
Yeah, I think so too. The dealings that I've had with him so far, everything has been yes. We decided we were going to do live basketball games, and it wasn't, well, let me see what I can do, or, hey, it wasn't nothing. It was yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, I want to do more. Yes. And, just that's, and so he realizes, it takes the community getting involved. And I've been very impressed with it so far.
Cool.
The only reservation I have, and I always do, is that he stays. I hope,
Yeah, that would worry me too.
Correct. And same thing with Jeremy down at JF.
Did he say how old kid 1, kid 2, and kid 3 are?
I believe kid 1 is graduating this year, but I don't know about kid 2 and kid 3.
Yeah. I sort of heard that, and I was thinking, would they move to Liberty? Or
no, I think all of his kids are still in Franklin County.
And they still want them to go through school, I'm sure. Possibly.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I can say, I've got more questions. He's got to come back.
Yeah. Well, that'll be good for him.
Yeah.
All right. So getting on to things you have missed.
Okay.
Missed out on.
Things I didn't get to?
Yes.
All right. So let's go back to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
All right. So I have this thing, and I'll go as fast as I can. This is the countdown of all the Super Bowls from worst to first. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to hit the names as fast as I can. Number 34 is the Black Eyed Peas, the worst, 2011. 33 is everything from 1967
you couldn't do a top 10
to 1989. I'm going as fast as I can. Well, I'll go quick.
We're going to start with 67.
So I'm jumping, and if you listen. Okay. So I'm everything from 1967 to 1989. Then New Kids on the Block. I didn't even remember some of these. Phil Collins, Christina Aguilera.
Oh, I would have loved Phil Collins. Christina Aguilera?
Wait a minute now.
Dude, it's back there at 31.
Gosh.
And you're arguing with me, and you just wanted to only hear 5.
Go ahead.
Okay, you're slowing me down. Do we got a third hour?
Hour number 7.
Gloria Estefan.
I got to drive to Charlottesville after the show.
Get there at 2 a.m.
29, Patti LaBelle. Tony Bennett. That had to be.
That's just.
28. Who is Pete Fountain?
What?
Pete Fountain, Doug Kershaw, and Snoopy.
What? What Super Bowl?
It was Super
5?
Bowl. It was in 1990. At Mardi Gras. 27, the Blues Brothers.
Yeah. I don't
26, Maroon 5.
Well, no, see, I would have thought that would have been good.
The Who.
Who was it?
Did you know Tanya Tucker?
No.
Black?
Really?
The Judds, 1994.
Oh, I know where that might be.
Of course. Hey, and who else? Mama's Family?
It was, let's see.
Get Sophia and Blanche up there.
Oh, here we go.
It said poor Winona was doing fine solo until her mama crashed the show. That'd be interesting.
Huh.
To go back and look at that. 23 was Janet Jackson in Breastgate.
That was that far down?
That's what they said.
Wow.
22nd was Boys to Men. 21, Justin Timberlake. Stevie Wonder on 20. Shania Twain. I didn't remember her being with Sting.
I could see that with Stevie.
Yeah, 19 Shania Twain.
So stupid.
The one that I rated as the worst was The Weeknd. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah,
that was awful.
And there was so much production work into it, and it just kind of like
but see, that's when they get the singer isn't a singer; they become an artist.
Yeah,
and they put too much. I
Like
want to hear him
Kanye.
sing.
It was like all the mirrors and everything,
Yeah.
and you couldn't. God, it made me sick watching.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Number 17 was my favorite one, Bruno Mars.
Huh.
I loved when he did it.
I thought his was good. Yes,
Well, I had him
tempo.
I had him behind Prince. I didn't remember Red Hot Chili Peppers being with him though.
Well, that'd be good.
Diana Ross was 16. Coldplay, Beyonce, and Bruno Mars showed up again.
Huh.
Tom Petty, 14th. I do remember that one. That was a good one.
Huh.
That was in 2008. Michael Jackson. See, I had Michael Jackson last. That was that creepy one where all the kids were around him.
Oh boy.
And it was-
Didn't we recently have one where if you got chosen, they were blacklisted like Hollywood because they didn't want you to do the halftime show? Remember this?
Mm-mm.
Political statement. Wasn't this just like 3 years ago? 4
That
years
was
ago?
the Eminem one. They didn't want them taking a knee or something, but then Eminem at the end ended up taking a knee. Yeah.
12, Paul McCartney, Missy Elliott, Katy Perry, 11. The Rolling Stones was 10. Now we're getting into the
Katy
really good
Perry
ones.
was good.
Well, she made 11th.
That's
She
another
was
one though. She'll
really
do a lot of production.
I think
but
I
she
like
can-
that one. Missy Elliott.
Yeah.
Oh,
Most
yeah.
likely, yeah.
Number 10 was the Rolling Stones. I thought that was good.
Yes.
Number 9 was the third I had on my list that I loved, was how good Lady Gaga was.
Yeah, she was good.
Okay.
You remember she started up in the
Yeah.
air in the top of Cowboy Stadium, and they had all those drones up above her doing that
She
weird
jumped
stuff?
off the edge and then
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, number 8 was Madonna.
Oh,
I can't. Yeah.
Did y'all remember Bruce Springsteen being good?
No.
No, I didn't like it.
I thought it was horrible. It was like forever long.
Yes.
Shakira and Jennifer Lopez.
Oh,
number
yes.
6.
That was
I mean, it started out hot, but it was lame.
Pride still has that one on his DVR.
Yeah.
Number 5, Aerosmith. I don't remember Aerosmith. Britney Spears.
I remember that one. Yeah.
And 4 was Dr. Dre, Eminem. So you guess you guys were right.
Yeah.
50 Cent.
Yeah.
That was number 4 of all time. 3 is Beyonce.
Yeah.
Number 2 is U2. Number
Huh.
2 is U2. I don't remember them being there. I sort of do, actually. They were on that
I used to
giant guitar or something. And then number 1 is Prince.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And Marty texted me, I guess Rihanna is doing it this year?
Yes.
That's who. Okay. So
That
we got
was-
staff.
It might
could
be
see-
good. It might
I
be
could
good.
see Journey or
Oh man, that'd be great.
that would be awesome.
They
Queen-
should do it and bring Steve.
We didn't say Queen.
Oh yeah.
Did Queen never, has
No.
Queen never done a Super Bowl?
No,
That's
I don't think
wild.
so. He checked out early, didn't he?
I mean, they still got Adam Lambert. He's good. Also on my list, my drama. You never asked me.
Do I need to?
Well, I want Woody to know.
Yeah, I'd love to know.
Woody, I'm pretty sure you told me you saw this, and I told you why I couldn't watch it, but I
Okay.
gave in because I think you said it was good.
Okay.
Do you remember watching Dahmer?
No, I remember us talking about it,
Okay.
but I have not seen it because of probably the same reason that you said.
Okay, so here's the story, and I'll wait till he finishes texting.
I'm not. I'm betting.
Wow.
Oh my God.
He's already got a problem.
He's that
Trent.
addicted.
Wow.
So I didn't want to watch it the same reason I know that you're thinking.
Yep.
And I was like, I love dramas like that though. I love, and then it's like, it's a true story. So I got to watch.
Yeah.
So I gritted through it and I started watching and then I got hooked.
Oh.
Dahmer?
Dahmer.
This show, not a documentary.
The
right?
sh-
Like
the
it's like
show.
a okay.
It's like a docudrama.
Yes.
Right.
I got you.
So then I watched 4 episodes the first night.
Oh wow.
And it's not usual for me to stay up like that and watch something unless it's really good. And I got hooked. But I went to bed another hour later. I told Marty, I watched a Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Because I told her I didn't want to have any nightmares of gay sex.
What's the slogan? Right? The slogan.
I'm queer and I'm here.
Oh, I
it
was
wasn't.
saving that
It wasn't that I didn't want to get eaten or I didn't want someone to kill me. I was afraid someone was going to lay down with me and put their head on my chest. So I had to watch a Curb Your Enthusiasm to watch it. It was so good though.
I know.
But then I watched the tapes, and it's kind of funny how they took liberties with the story because of wokeness. So you can't get away from it anymore.
No.
It's on everything, man. It's just, so
He said,
it's you missed in sports, Novak's.
Novak Djokovic, yeah.
Novak's.
Is it no? Oh, that's right, Novak.
Novak's won the Australian Open. What a great name for a nickname.
And it's a great story, and it should be highlighted, right?
If people aren't getting that, it's Novak Djokovic. His name is Novak, but he didn't get vaccinated.
Correct.
And they suspended him essentially for a year and a half.
Right.
So he lost all those Grand Slams that he could have won.
So I heard that he still can't compete in Wimbledon.
No, he can compete in Wimbledon, which he did last year. He couldn't compete in the Australian Open and the U.S. Open. So now he can compete in 3 of the 4. Guess which one he can't compete in?
Which one is it?
U.S. Open.
Oh,
They still won't let him in.
Stupid.
However, if he goes to Mexico and walks across,
yeah,
he can come in here without a vaccination.
Heck, they'll even fly you there.
You know what? Texas will take you. Right. That's a great idea.
You'll get a free trip out of it.
Man. I did get pushed at half court this week.
Oh.
Refereeing a game.
Uh-oh.
Y'all saw me the other night. You probably want to figure out.
I was on the way home. I thought, I don't think you ever stopped running.
Oh, my God.
I mean, your hair was literally in the wind at moments. I guess you were just running back and forth.
I was so exhausted. I texted my 2 compadres that I refereed with, and I told them, I guess it was 6:30 in the morning. I texted them, and I was like, I am so sore. And Mark Coleman, he replied back to me. He's like, I am too. At 9, Milton, who is the 66-year-old retired guy that still works everywhere, he said, I'm still in bed. Like he was too tired to get up to find out. Man, we did a lot of running that night.
Y'all did.
Yeah.
Y'all did. I think I mentioned it in our broadcast that you were sucking wind.
Yep.
Wind.
Yeah. Yep.
Good job.
All right.
Ashley needs some explaining to do.
Why?
Because I did that game the other night.
That's right.
And Logan's twin is playing for Liberty High School. It was either him or Adam Morrison.
Yeah, he's
he looks like Logan.
Yeah, he does. A little bit taller.
A little taller. Yeah. I kept running up the floor and I kept eyeballing him. I was like,
oh, I know. I saw something. I didn't have a red notes like you.
Uh-huh.
But I came across this today.
Okay.
What do you think is the largest revenue generating, in revenue, energy drink?
Huh.
Monster.
Yeah.
You would think that. It's not even Monster is not even close.
What?
For real?
Yes.
The largest energy drink. Hold on.
Revenue.
Bing. That thing called Bing.
Bang. Yeah. No.
I'm trying to think what I've seen on the shelf. I have no idea.
So when you think energy drink, what's the first one that comes to mind?
Red Bull.
Maybe.
Red Bull. I'm sorry, I didn't even think of that. Yeah,
Red Bull gives you wings.
Yeah.
When I looked it up today, I thought I was looking it up because I got to thinking about F1, and I said, Red Bull's been around for a long time. I wonder if they're even in the top 10 revenue, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I look it up, and they're like at 5 billion, and everybody, Monster's like around 3. God, I mean,
how in the world?
Oh, you talking about Red Bull is the number
one by far.
Yeah,
not even close.
What about would 5 Hour Energy? Would that fall?
That is one of them. Yeah.
Does that count?
But what's crazy about it is if you go look, and that's what I'm fascinated with about Red Bull. Nothing has changed.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't, updated their logo or become more hip or anything. They started in 96.
Huh.
It's the same damn logo.
Yep.
Yeah.
And when you look at it, they will tell you on Wikipedia what brands, like whether it's Red Bull, no sugar, all those.
Yeah.
It's like 5 Red Bulls maximum. That's it.
Hmm.
Go look at Monster. It's like 50.
Oh God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? And it's just, you realize Red Bull has just, they've got the market, man.
Well,
I
and
mean,
they
just-
also they do a good job though of sponsoring like those events. And like I know F1, but they also do like this extreme thing where people they have all GoPros, they jump out of helicopters, do these ramps. And they've done that for almost when they started, and they almost kind of built a culture with it. And I think that they do a great job of that. Like
I tell you where they nailed it is the bar scene.
Oh, I got you.
You know,
I thought you meant like
they always did the
the trash can.
Is that what it's called?
Where they put the
drop it in?
Yeah, the Red Bull upside down.
They're not doing it in Monster. They're not doing it in it's Red Bull.
Yeah.
The Red Bull did it. I mean,
Which is funny because it's a drink that I cannot drink.
Well, I know,
like to
but
drink by itself, I can't do that.
Me neither.
Yeah, not a big fan of it.
So, anyway,
do you want to Dave Baxter's errors and omissions?
Before we get to that,
okay,
I've got one last thing.
Okay,
so a future segment that we're gonna, I put it on my notes here so you would see it, Woody.
So I make a bumper. Is that it?
Yeah, we'll need a bumper for him, but in a
have
future
a train sound in it.
yes, we will have a future segment called Brother Brad's Angry Moments, where we'll just get his
He's at
angry
an 11.
moment of the week.
If you know anything about Don Imus, he brought his brother Fred on, and
it was always
funny.
funny.
Where he could just vent about something.
What's so crazy about that when you say that?
Yeah.
Fred he was just a guest from time to time where he would just call up, what do you want, Fred? And he would just give his 2 cents worth, right? But you think about the later days, what all that grew into. I mean, he moves out and starts a friggin' ranch.
Oh yeah,
he doesn't do that without Fred.
Oh yeah,
they had their own merchandise and everything.
Yeah.
Because Fred became so popular. Now, I don't think that's going to happen on their show with Brad, but
definitely not.
We'll give him a
it
shot.
Might end us.
Yeah, that's it.
Hour number 2 is gone.
That's it.
We're back to 1 hour.
My mom subscribed to it, so that's good. We'll at least make $1.
I'm still having people say, I want to hear, but I don't know how to get on a podcast. Like they still don't know how. And then I'll send them the link and they're just telling me they can't do it.
All right. If they're doing anything other than the app, they're wrong.
Okay.
That get away from Apple. You can still do it if you want to. I'm just telling you. We mentioned Chitwood in the early hour when we were talking to our guest, Aaron Hagler. So Eddie texted me and said, how do I listen to past episodes? I can't listen to this live. And then he texted right back, never mind, got the app. Like, once you get the app, it's taken care of.
Yeah.
Grove Street FM app. Download it.
And we're not, like how with YouTube, right? You're just beholden to them. Like you can get taken down any moment. Same thing with Apple, all those. With our app, it's in there.
Everything.
So that's our platform. And it's probably the best, most secure, consistent place to get it.
What's cool about the app, and I'm just telling you, because I'm you, Trent. I'm the guy that doesn't know all this stuff either, right?
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure it out. What's great about the app is when you go in there, it's just one touch. So you can hit our Life, Liberty, Happiness. We have, tell me, Woody, how many radios?
Oh, over 20 now. 20 music and talk
music
channels that are like, different radio stations on each one with different
music. So if you want to listen to hip hop, you hit it once.
That's cool.
We got it all in there. If you want merchandise, we're getting ready to open up a store.
Yep.
You can see our little otter, Grover the otter.
Grover.
Yep. And put his.
I'd like to be in the future marketing discussions.
Put his. What would you do different without that little thing?
Well, he'd be called Ollie the otter. He'd be called Grover the gopher.
All right, put his little hood on.
Oh, it's got a hood.
Oh yes,
it moves too. Look at it. There you go.
Yeah,
Oh,
what do you mean?
oh man, look at it. That's an old
the
hood
arms
rat.
come down?
He's up to trouble.
You know what we're gonna do
be
next?
careful with that guy.
Once we sell out of these, guess what our new ones are gonna have?
Is that Trayvon Martin?
Where you could push it and it'll say, "Have at it."
Sweet.
So anyway, we will. Oh, hey, what's the very first thing we would put on there, Woody? Hi, Brian. Happy to be with
Brian. You squeeze it.
God,
and it
you
says, "Hi,
consider
Brian."
voice. Maybe you should be on that Dahmer.
Oh my God, Dahmer! Holy
Oh God, Trent's scared. He's gonna dream about you.
All right,
Hey,
so
Dave's
Dave's errors and omissions.
Okay, so first off, he said I was spot on with the Russian oligarchy. So I'd like to start his. I'd like to start his.
That's an error and omission.
Yeah. How is Dave's error and omissions talks about? Hey, you see how great Trent?
Yeah, I'm so right.
I'd like to just add that. We did not do our top 10 idiot list. We mentioned that last week.
Oh, okay.
We didn't create a top 10 idiot list. We omitted the football player that died at the age of 25 that was from OU.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, the headline was that he was a former Detroit Lion, but he was actually an LU player.
That's right.
Before that.
Yeah.
So,
is that all you got there, Dave?
Well, if he can bring us a sponsor, maybe we'll make it a little longer.
That'd be great.
I cannot believe we're pushing the second into the second hour so fast.
And if anybody wants to sponsor the second hour, the whole hour, get in touch with us. Text us at
540-855-7388.
Yep. Get on board the train because we are growing.
By the way, we didn't get to my underreported stories.
All right. We'll have to save that for hour number 2 next week.
Hour number 3?
Hour number 2.
2.5. 2.5. That's another fee, though. That's going to be like another 25 cents.
An extra 25. Hey, we're pulling them. We're like holding them to the end. It's like prime time, and you hold them for that final season finale.
That's it.
So we'll end with a segment called Political Banter.
I had good ones, too.
So this week's Political Banter is a gentleman, congressman from Louisiana, talking gun regulations. So each week we'll bring you a video just from D.C., something that's...
so this is how we're going to start ending the show?
Yeah, on hour number 2, yep.
So when it ends, it just is silent. Like there's no music.
Correct.
I'm just trying to...
Instead of music, we're going to play something from the Hill, some Capitol Hill.
Okay.
Politicians, so people can stay in the know of what's going on with our politicians.
Okay.
It's great.
All right.
This one's a long segment. That's why it's not in the regular part of the show. So people can listen or they can cut it off if they want.
So we should say goodbye before the thing starts.
Correct.
Okay. Well, have a
goodbye, and we will leave you with...
Have a good week, everybody.
Political Banter.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Commissioner Gramaglia, I'm looking at your presented statement, sir. Say you support confiscating guns from individuals determined to be a threat to themselves or others. Determined to be. So by this legislation my colleagues are putting forth, my understanding of the letter of that law, which I 1,000% oppose, as would our founding fathers, the letter of that law says an anonymous tip from a citizen. So if this was law, Commissioner, would you go to your neighbor's home and confiscate his legally owned weapons, a man that was not under criminal investigation nor under arrest? Would you do it?
The red flag laws would...
That's a yes or no, brother. I got 5 minutes to make an hour-and-a-half statement here.
It's more than a yes or no answer.
We'll move on then. If you cannot say yes, you would confiscate weapons from an American citizen that was subject to this law that my colleagues intend to push through this Congress, then you said in your statement that you would confiscate those weapons if an American was determined to be, your quote, a threat to themselves or others. According to that law, determined to be is defined by an anonymous tip that an American citizen, a threat to themselves or others. You're a police commissioner, a thin blue line brother, sworn to uphold the Constitution, and you're saying you'd see those weapons. I see that as a problem. I'm going to bring us back in time to World War II. America's population, 140 million. 15 million American men came home from World War II with deep scars and significant skills. They bore the invisible wounds of war. And there was weapons everywhere. We'll talk about mental challenge. My father was one of those men who was a Navy pilot in World War II. He came back from the war and built his family. I'm the 7th of his 8 children. I was born in 1961. We had guns everywhere. There was virtually no regulation. Any child in the 50s could buy a weapon from any seller if daddy sent them with the money. We didn't have mass shootings. It wasn't until 1968 in America that serial numbers were even required on weapons sold in this country. You order weapons through the Sears catalog by the mail. In the 70s, I attended a high school, large rural school. Virtually every vehicle in the parking lot was a pickup truck, and almost every one had a rifle or a shotgun on the back glass and a pistol under the seat. And we didn't have school shootings. 1979, I began college. One of the jobs I had to work my way through college was as a carpenter. We restored historical buildings. We had to determine in the process of that work what was the original cuts of these homes, residential homes built 75, 85, 100 years ago. You could tell by the saw cut if it was a mechanical cut, an electric cut, or a hand cut. By such observations, we knew exactly how that house was originally built. And to my amazement as a young man, beginning college in Louisiana, working, to my amazement, you know what I discovered, Madam Chair? You know what these houses did not have that were built 100 years ago in cities in America? You know what they did not have, Commissioner? Locks. Locks. Now I ask you all, what happened to that country, man? A country where homes were built in cities with no locks. A country where guns were everywhere and virtually not regulated at all. Where millions of Americans, 14 million Americans came back. It's 11% of the population at the time after World War II with incredible skills of war and weapons of war, as you called them, everywhere. But we didn't have mass shootings. And here we sit today where an entire once proud Democratic Party is presenting unbelievably unconstitutional laws to press upon our nation. And we have a police commissioner that says he would go home to home and confiscate legally owned weapons if he got a tip. Madam Chair, I yield my speech, but I will not yield my opposition to these unconstitutional laws.